Operation Broken Stone. We have concluded that the meatpacking operation in Pilar is being used as a distribution vector for chemical agents. The Argentine government confirms that several of Gospic's operatives have recently entered the country and have been spotted in Pilar. Your mission is to secure the meatpacking facility and prevent the dispersal of the chemical agent.
Intel's convinced that Gospic has gotten his hands on multiple chemical weapons. If he was behind the British bank operation, then it makes sense that Preston was his supplier. Preston made a lot of contacts in Kuwait, including a few with access to the old Soviet chemical weapons labs. It seems highly probable at this point that Gospic has his hands on some amount of VX nerve agent. VX is extremely lethal and very durable. It can be absorbed through skin contact. That's why he had his fingers in the meatpacking plant. The plant ships beef all over the world, including Europe and Israel. We're talking mass murder across a dozen countries. Now, we could probably interdict any shipments from the plant after the fact, but that's too risky. I want us to take that nerve agent into custody before a single drop gets used. That's why we're going back to the meatpacking plant. The Argentine government confirmed sightings of some of Gospic's men in and around Pilar, which means that there's no time to waste. Saddle up. You're going hunting for nerve gas.
We finally have the full picture, thanks to the documents you rescued in London. They are, to put it mildly, explosive. A collection of banking records dating to the Second World War, detailing the systematic looting of assets of Holocaust victims by the Third Reich, their allies in the Ustashi regime in Yugoslavia, and complicit bankers in Geneva. Names are named, including one Peja Sikic. You might remember him. He's the senior citizen that Venezuela wanted to deport just before the unpleasantness at the refinery. In addition, there are repeated mentions of an attaché to the Ministry of Finance, a man named Dejan Blazevik. We've got a picture of Blazevik, and, on a hunch, one of the lads at Intel used some imaging software to make a projection as to what he'd look like now. The end result looks a lot like our Mr. Nikola Gospic. It seems Blazevik got himself smuggled out of Europe in 1945. He arrived in the Caymans a few years later, calling himself Gospic. The money he used to set himself up with was skimmed from the accounts he'd helped liquidate. Intel's best guess is that he felt that the Sikic deportation proceedings might blow his own cover, so he started taking steps to hide his trail. That's not all he's up to, though. The repeated attacks on the Venezuelan oil industry, the chemical weapons, the neo-fascist ties, they add up to something more. Now, on to more bad news. While Gospic doesn't have a stake in that import-export firm you hit in Brazil, Gutierrez does. And Gutierrez's import-export company does do an awful lot of business with firms that are owned by Mr. Nikola Gospic. In particular, there's some connection with the meatpacking firm in Pilar. We know all of this because of one of the phone calls we listened in on at Gutierrez's place. Gospic called Gutierrez to discuss their plans for that business. Plans that included using the VX chemical agents you confiscated in Brazil.
You'll have a lot more company in there than last time, and they're better armed. Be careful.
What was that?
Threat neutralized. Hostile neutralized. Hostile down. Tango, neutralized.
Huh?
Reform on me. Red, waiting for Alpha. Gold, waiting for Alpha. Contact, threat eliminated. Contact rear.
Mission failed.
Be very careful in there, and especially, watch what you touch.
What was that? Send them!
Threat down. Threat down.
Hello?
Tango, down.
Mission failed.
But look out!
Hostile neutralized. Threat down.
Yes,
Hostile down. Threat eliminated. Fall in. Red waiting for Alpha. Gold waiting for Alpha. Reform on me. Gold. Alpha, go! Hostile. Tango down. Tango down. Gold waiting for Bravo. Fall in. Red waiting for Bravo. Hostile eliminated. Bravo, go!
Police!
Hostile down.
Alarm!
Hostile down. Green, waiting for Charlie. Contact. Gold, waiting for Charlie.
Mission failed. Operation Briar Gate. Rainbow is authorized to search the estate of Nikola Gospic for evidence of more chemical weapons. Intel believes he is still in possession of a highly lethal blistering agent, which he will attempt to use. Your mission is to prevent the destruction of evidence on Gospic's computer and to secure the estate using all necessary force.
Gospic has gone to ground, which just makes him more dangerous. He's found himself a hole somewhere. We're going to have to dig him out. We start with his mansion on Cayman Brack. It's highly unlikely he's there, but his stash of blistering agent might be. At the very least, Intel wants to go over that place top to bottom. If we're lucky, they'll be able to figure out what he's got left, and where he's going to hit next. At this point, you should be familiar with the layout of the estate. We don't have any hostages to worry about this time, which is a bonus. But it also means that all resistance isn't going to be bottled up in the main house.
We've traced the origin of the VX ingredients you confiscated in Pilar. It's old Soviet manufacture, smuggled out by Preston. We've even managed to pinpoint the buy at which he got it. Unfortunately, it's not all he picked up on his little shopping trip. In addition to the VX, he got the compounds necessary to homebrew more of the stuff. And what we're pretty certain is a blistering agent. You nicked the former when you hit the import-export firm in Porto de Alegre, but the blistering agent's still out there. So's Gospic, for that matter, and Gutierrez along with him. The blistering agent we're looking at is most likely phenyl dichlorazine, a colorless, odorless liquid. It does a number on the eyes, lungs, skin, and guts of anyone who's been exposed. It's slightly less effective than so-called mustard gas, the grandfather of blistering agents. But that's about the only good thing about it. By the time the symptoms of exposure appear, it's already done its work.
There are no innocent bystanders in there. Take them all down.
Green, waiting for Alpha.
Contact.
Alpha, go!
Contact. Threat neutralized.
Hostile down. Threat down.
Threat eliminated.
Threat neutralized.
What was that?
Reform on me. Red, waiting for Bravo. Fall in. Green. Bravo. Go, go, go! Threat down.
Hostile eliminated.
Hostile down. Tango down.
Tango neutralized.
Threat
Hostile
neutralized.
down.
Hostile down. Tango down.
Tango down.
Reform on me.
Tango
Mission
neutralized.
completed.
Would you believe the neighbors are complaining? We're the least of their concerns.